At the beginning of the story, we see people having a picnic by the river in a small town in America. But suddenly, a boat without anyone in it comes floating near them in the river. The people are shocked when they see what is inside the boat. There is a badly rotting dead body inside it. The body is in a very terrible condition. Soon, Police Chief John Hawkins arrives at the scene. Before Hawkins arrives, Forensic Officer Connie has already reached there. She tells Hawkins that the body is in very bad condition, that there are no bones left in it, only flesh. It is a very strange case, as it seems someone has removed all the bones, which normally seems impossible. The body is sent for a post-mortem. A doctor named Jacob examines the body. After a thorough examination, Jacob tells Hawkins that it looks like someone removed all the bones very carefully. But how this was done is unclear. Jacob also finds an insect, similar to a honeybee, inside the body. He seals the insect in a jar. Hawkins gives the jar to Connie so it can be kept safely as possible evidence to determine the cause of death. Soon, Connie discovers the identity of the dead man. His name is Dr. Cole Parsons. He is a scientist who moved there about a year ago. His wallet and personal items are found on the boat. He was once a university professor, but later left everything and went to live alone by the river in the middle of the jungle. Hawkins decides he must go to the man's house to investigate further. After this, we are introduced to a woman named Meg, who is Hawkins' ex-girlfriend. Meg works as a jungle guide for the police. Hawkins meets her and explains the case. Meg recognizes the scientist. About a year ago, she helped him transport some equipment. She knew he was working on an experiment, but she did not know the details. Asks Meg to come with him to help investigate. And she agrees immediately. Hawkins also asks Jacob to join them. Before leaving, Hawkins gathers more information and receives disturbing news. The scientist had a young daughter who disappeared about a year ago, and she was never found. The next day, Hawkins, Meg, and Jacob pack their supplies and head into the dense jungle. Part of the journey is by boat to reach the scientist's cabin. While traveling, Connie calls Hawkins and says that the insect found in the body died yesterday but is now alive again. She asks if she should send it to the lab, but Hawkins tells her to wait until he returns. Connie also reveals that after the scientist's daughter disappeared, his wife suffered a mental breakdown and was hospitalized for 3 months. She repeatedly blamed her husband for their daughter's disappearance. As night falls, they reach their destination. The once beautiful house by the river has now turned into a dark, lonely cabin. Meg feels sad seeing it, as it was beautiful when she last visited a year ago. Hawkins asks Meg and Jacob to wait outside while he checks the cabin for danger. He calls out, but the place is completely abandoned. The furniture is scattered, and it is clear no one has lived there for a long time. While exploring, Hawkins notices strange things, including a roof that appears to be moving, almost as if it were alive. He finds a locked room, but decides not to open it yet. He goes back to call Meg and Jacob. Since it is late, they decide to stay the night. However, the atmosphere is very disturbing. Strange noises echo through the house. Hawkins tries to reassure them, saying it might be rats, but the tension only increases. Suddenly, the cabin lights turn on, making the place even creepier. Hawkins finds a basement door and decides to investigate since sleep seems impossible. In the basement, he discovers a large power-generating machine that looks like an industrial charger. He doesn't understand its purpose, but it appears powerful and dangerous. Hawkins remembers seeing references to such a machine in his earlier research. In the kitchen, they notice wires running upward from the cabinets. They assume the machine is connected to the upstairs room. Suddenly, the locked room opens on its own. Hawkins calls the others, and they enter together. The walls are covered with strange photographs and symbols related to magic, mixed with scientific equipment. It appears to be a blend of science and black magic. Some of the images are extremely disturbing. During their investigation, a spider bites Jacob on the face. Terrified, he runs out of the room. Hawkins tries calling Connie, but the phone signal cuts out due to electromagnetic interference from the roof. Tension also grows between Hawkins and Jacob over Meg, as she was once Jacob's girlfriend, and he still has feelings for her. When they prepare to sleep, Hawkins suggests they stay in the same room for safety. Meg refuses, saying she wants her own room. During the night, Jacob becomes very ill, likely due to the spider bite. No one sleeps properly. Meg later goes to Hawkins' room, saying she feels a strong evil presence in the cabin. Although she has spent many nights alone in the jungle, this place feels different and far more dangerous. As they grow closer, their emotional connection deepens. Suddenly, a ladder drops down from the roof. Jacob's condition worsens, and he seems out of control. A noise outside forces Meg and Hawkins to grab their weapons. A woman appears, pointing a gun at them. She is Linda, Dr. Cole Parsons' wife, searching for her missing husband. Hawkins explains he is a police officer and tells her about the body found in the river. Linda lowers her gun, realizing they mean no harm. While they talk, Meg goes to the basement to restore power. There, she sees a terrifying shadow of a young girl following her. She finds a doll and keeps it with her. Meanwhile, Hawkins realizes Jacob is missing and goes to find him. Strange noises lead them upstairs, where they discover Jacob trapped inside the machine. They pull him out, but he no longer seems like himself. Linda hears her missing daughter's voice calling her from upstairs. When questioned, Jacob says he doesn't know how the machine started or how he got there. Linda explains that the device is an electromagnetic machine capable of creating powerful magnetic fields and warns that it is deadly to humans. Hawkins shows Linda the strange room. She insists this is not her husband's work and believes something evil has taken control of him. Hawkins finds a password-protected laptop. Linda unlocks it using a nickname she once used for her husband. Inside are horrifying videos showing experiments on people. Linda discovers that the dead body found by the river was actually her husband's original body, and the man they see now is something else entirely. The truth is revealed. Cole sacrificed his own daughter during the experiment. He locks Linda in the room. When Hawkins and Meg return, Cole is gone. Hawkins enters the cabin alone. Suddenly, a creature bursts out of Jacob's body and attacks him. Meg kills it with a gunshot. Hawkins decides to destroy the machine and prepares to burn it using fuel and explosives. Linda, driven by emotion, enters the machine after seeing her daughter and is consumed by its power. Mutated victims begin approaching the cabin from the jungle. Meg fights them off, but there are too many. Inside, Hawkins battles Cole. Cole bites off 2 of Hawkins' fingers. Hawkins finally crushes Cole's head with a metal rod and sets the machine on fire. The house explodes. Hawkins sacrifices himself to stop the madness. 8 months later, Meg is shown safe at home. Connie visits to return Hawkins' belongings. Meg burns them. The final scene reveals Meg's decayed body hidden beneath a tree, proving the real Meg is dead. The woman we see is a machine-made imposter, and the child she carries will not be normal.